Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Vallabha Girivaradha Jana Vallabha Girivaradha Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh, Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh Shri Radhe. Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh. Jaya Nitai Patita Pavan Gora Hare. Nitai Patita Pavan Gora Hare. Jaya Gora Hare Jaya. Nitai Patita Pavan Gora. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Gaur, Hari Gaur, Nitai Gaur Hari Gaur. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Prabhupada Jai Stotra Vedant Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai Ananda Koti Vaishnavan ki Jai Mancha Prabhupada Krishna Sindhu So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Welcome everyone to the Saturday morning at New Ekachakradham at the temple of Sri Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabh and Nitai Patita Pavana Gaurahari at Farmington Hills, Michigan. Thank you all. We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitan Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nasteva Gatiranyatha. So we have Gaur Purnima Mahamotsav approaching soon. So we'll discuss from this shloka, Canto 3, Chapter 25, verse number 12. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Swamatu Niravadyamipsitam Nishamya Punsamapavargavardhanam Dhiya Bhinandhyatmavatam satam gatir Babhasha isat smita shobhitananah Babhasha isat smita shobhitananah. Maitreya Uvacha. We'll just go to the translation. Maitreya said, Iti, thus, Swamatu, of his mother, Nirvadyam, uncontaminated, Ipsitam, desire, Nishamya, after hearing. Pumsam, of people. Apavarga, cessation of bodily existence. Vardhanam, increasing. Dhiya, mentally. Abhinandya, having thanked. Atmavatam, interested in self-realization. Satam, of the transcendentalists. Gati, the path. Babhashe, he explained. Ishat, slightly. Smita, smiling. Shobhita, beautiful. Anana, his face. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Maitreya said, after hearing of his mother's uncontaminated desires for transcendental realization, the Lord thanked her within himself for her questions. And thus, his face smiling, he explained the path of transcendentalists who are interested in self-realization. Devhuti has surrendered her confession of material entanglement and her desire to gain release. Her question to Lord Kapil are very interesting for persons who are actually trying to get liberation from material entanglement and attain the perfectional stage of human life. Unless one is interested in understanding his spiritual life or his constitutional position, and unless he also feels inconvenience in material existence, his human form of life is spoiled. I'll read this again. Very interesting how Srila Prabhupada has worded this. Unless one is interested in understanding his spiritual life or his constitutional position, and unless he also feels inconvenience in material existence, his human form of life is spoiled. So if you are not feeling inconvenienced, your human form of life is spoiled. So if you're feeling inconvenience in this life, then there is some chance. In other words, amazing. One who does not care for these transcendental necessities of life and simply engages like an animal in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating has spoiled his life. Lord Kapil was very much satisfied by his mother's questions because the answers stimulate one's desire for liberation from the conditional life of material existence. Such questions are called apavarga vardhanam. Those who have actual spiritual interest are called sat or devotees. Satam prasangat. Sat means that which eternally exists, and asat means that which is not eternal. Unless one is situated on the spiritual platform, he is not Sat, he is Asat. The Asat stands on a platform which will not exist, but anyone who stands on the spiritual platform will exist eternally. As spirit soul, everyone exists eternally, but the Asat has accepted the material world as his shelter, and therefore he is full of anxiety. Amazing. Again, Srila Prabhupada is not leaving any chance to share what is our current condition is and how we can change it or uplift it or make it a difference. So he's very clearly explaining, very vividly explaining what is Sat and Asat. We are made up. What is the soul made up of? Sat, Chit, Ananda, the soul. The body is made up of earth, air, fire, right? Gross body is made of earth, air, fire, water, and ether. 5 gross elements. But the soul is made up of Sat, Chit, Ananda, right? And that is eternity, eternal bliss, and knowledge. Thank you. So here, Prabhupada is very wonderfully explaining why Asat, even though he's talking about the same person, same soul, but why Asat is exist temporarily and Sat is existing eternally, because Asat has taken the shelter of the temporary material world. That's why he is very nicely sharing that why Asat is temporary. As spirit soul, everyone exists eternally, but Asat has accepted the material world as his shelter, and therefore he is full of anxiety. So we can just reflect on ourselves that when we have anxiety, especially for any material thing, then we can trace it back to its temporary nature. Anything that we are anxious about, which is related to anything material, that will be definitely temporary. So anxiety for Krishna's service, anxiety for, service to the mission of Srila Prabhupada, or trying to learn more about bhakti, those things are not temporary. So anxiety about that leads us to eternity. So it's very nicely how, when I read it for the first time yesterday, when Prabhu told me, each word or each sentence is so pertinent and it applicable, relatable, and something that we can definitely take. Each line is actually whole life worth of, you will spend whole life to just realize that one sentence and put it into application. Asad grahan, the incompatible situation of the spirit soul who has the false idea of enjoying matter, is the cause of the soul's being asat. Actually, the spirit soul is not asat. As soon as one is conscious of this fact and takes to Krishna consciousness, he becomes Sat. Satam Gati, the path of the eternal. Shri Radha Gopijan Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Patita Pavana Gaur Prabhupada ki jai. As soon as one is conscious of this fact and takes to Krishna consciousness, he becomes Sat. Satam Gati, the path of the eternal, is very interesting to is very interesting to persons who are after liberation. And his lordship Kapil began to speak about that path. So this chapter is named Glorification of Devotional Service. Again, don't have any qualification or realization to sit here and discuss this supreme absolute truth. I'm trying to just repeat what I have heard or read. Please bless me so I can speak something meaningful and apply it in my life. So here Srila Prabhupada is very expertly, even the topic is about about Mother Devhuti sharing her lamentation and her situation, how she wants to inquire more about the spiritual knowledge, or especially you want to hear from Kapil Dev. He is turning it all around to share with us how we need to be a little more serious about our own endeavors. In the purport, Prabhupada has mainly discussed about Sat Asat, why we feel that why we are feeling enjoying here, and why the enjoyment in this world is so temporary, and how we should really not take the shelter of material world or material enjoyment, or not feel content or happy with our material situation, and always want to strive to see the higher principle, or seek the higher essence or higher taste. We were talking to his guest Yugal Kishore Prabhu, and he said, I think it was Jayapataka Maharaj, he was sharing that there are two things that will happen to anyone and everyone. One is there will be a sudden change in your life, unexpected changes in your life. And second thing was what was the second thing? It was I think lamentation from, or the loss of a dear one. Either you will be lost for them, or they will be a loss for you. So these two things are inevitable, and one has to kind of become, even though we all know that this will happen, but when it hits you, it is really difficult to cope up. So that is the temporary nature of material world. And Srila Prabhupada has time and again, every single opportunity he gets to share with us how temporary this world is, and where actually we belong, and where is our spiritual where we belong, and where are we supposed to go, or at least our in theory understand that this is temporary, this is not my original place. I belong to a place where there is every step is a dance, every word is a song, every day is a festival. And with same vigor and with same intent, Srila Prabhupada shares about our acharyas and Krishna and Lord's pastimes and devotees' pastimes, and of course Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy that he shares with the same enthusiasm any chance he gets. So I was just thinking that what would be the quality or what would be the desires of someone who is not taking shelter in the material material world or material enjoyment? What would be the uh, what would he or she would be thinking in their mind? And the amazing, most relevant example in the current history or current modern day is our Srila Prabhupada. Like he shared the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Uh, this example was shared so many times, but it is so relevant that imagine you have a touchstone or something that is so valuable, but more you share that, it increases in quantity and it increases in value on your end. And that is the wealth of Krishna Bhakti, the devotion to Krishna, devotion to Sri Radha and Krishna, Sri Radha Gopijan Vallabh. And that is shared with us by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose divine appearance, Avirbhav, divine appearance is coming up very soon on March 6th, Monday. So I was also thinking that our acharyas or our acharyas in our lineage are also of the same mindset or consciousness and compassion to share with everyone and anyone that you meet. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Now, just wherever and when Jare dekho tare kaho, whoever you see or whoever you meet, Jare dekho tare kaho, whoever you see, at that time you say Krishna Upadesh. Whatever Krishna wants us to do, and it's very simple, as Prabhupada has very amazingly shared with us. Krishna consciousness is nothing but chanting, feasting, and dancing. And last night we experienced that, Tom, right?
True.
We experienced that last night. We had a nice time with the devotees, whoever could make it. And I'm sorry it was a snow storm and we didn't get a lot many more devotees because of the snow. And but we could feel all of your presence here. Spiritually, you were all here. So many of you were also on Zoom. I could see that. So thank you again for the encouragement and being here and taking part in participating it. So I had a जय श्री राधा गोपी चंद्र भगवान की जय, जय पतित गौर हरि की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. So I was. This is a very nice. Since Gaur Purnima is coming, I wanted to share this verse with you all and sing it together. It is about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Stop share. आजानुलंबित भुजो कनकावधातो संकीर्तने कपितरो कमलायताक्षो विश्वंभरो द्विजवरो Yugadharma Palo, Vande Jagat Priyakaro, Karuna Avataro. I offer my respectful obeisances, respects to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu, whose arms extend down to their knees, who have golden yellow complexions, and who inaugurated the congregation chanting of the holy names. Their eyes resemble the petals of a lotus. They are the maintainers of all living entities. They are the best of Brahmins, the protectors of religious principles. For this age, the benefactor of universe and the most merciful of all incarnations. Why I really wanted to share this verse with us all is because we are all here gathered together trying to practice and share Krishna consciousness is because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wasn't there, that incarnation wasn't there, then we obviously we won't be here, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not there, then Srila Prabhupada won't be here. And so I wanted to share this shloka. It is very nice shloka. One should take some vow or some kind of one should take to remember this shloka, especially in this, like um, any events are coming, any appearance days or something like those events are coming, then we should try to remember this shloka. And we would, if we come to know new verse, then we would think, okay, next Gaur Purnima I should remember it, this by heart or something like that. We should give a challenge to ourselves. So I wanted to share this shloka. At the same time, I wanted to also wanted to see what would be the mood of a devotee or somebody who is sat and not asat. And in the lineage of our acharyas, Srila Narottam Das Thakur is one such personality, and he has written this amazing song, and I wanted to sing with all of you this song also. It will be very quick. I'm sorry, I'm not so learned that I can really. This is an amazing song by Narottam Das Thakur, where he is praying to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and he is also sharing his mood, what he feels about himself and how he is praying to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we'll read the translation first, so we'll have some feelings about when we read it, when we sing it. Oh my dear Lord Gauranga, please show your mercy to this lowly and destitute soul. O Lord, there is no one more fallen than myself in all the three worlds. Holding grass between my teeth, O Lord Gaura, I am calling out to you now. Please be compassionate upon me and come to reside within the temple of my heart. If you do not give your mercy, seeing how fallen I am, then why are you known as Patitapavan, the merciful savior of the fallen? I am plunged amidst the violent hurricane-stricken waves in the ocean of this material world, from which there is no escape. Kindly give me the gift of your divine lotus feet, which are compared to a boat in which your servant may cross over the ocean of birth and death. Narottam Das, the servant of Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu ceaselessly makes this prayer. Please, that will be awesome. So we'll sing this song together in call and response. I will sing it. Was actually what we should do is I'm going to turn on the audio on this side, on the Zoom also. So here, whoever is in this room will sing together, and the Zoom devotees can respond so that we will be in sync. Gorango Karuna Karo Dinahi Najane Mosamapatita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane Gauranga Karuna Karo Dinahi Najane Mosamapatita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane Dante Trina Dhari Gora Daki He Tomare Kripa Kariye Sho Amar Hridaya Mandire Dante Trina Dhari Gora Daki He Tomare Kripa Kariye Sho Amar Hridaya Mandire Jadi daya na karibe Patita dekhiya Patita pavana nama Kisere lagiya Jadi daya na karibe Patita dekhiya Patita pavana nama Kisera lagiya Arechi bhavatu bhane Nahi kanistara Shri charana tarani dane Kashe karo para Arechi bhavatu bhane Nahi kanistara Shri charana tarani dane Kase karo para Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa Pratana karaye sada Narottama dasa Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa Pratana karaye sada Narottama dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa Pratana karaye sada Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa Pratana karaye sada Narottama So these bhajans are actually the essence and the feelings of our acharyas, our Goswamis, and they actually describe overall how, I mean, even one bhajan is enough for us to kind of realize and put into application and see what the feelings and I mean, not to blindly imitate, but to really feel the necessity, as Srila Prabhupada says very amazingly in this shloka verse also, all these essential or necessities, we have created these artificial necessities in our life to that actually takes us so much far away from our real necessities. So I'd like to stop here. Again, thank you for the kind, audition and audience, actually, I should say. And I would seek blessings from you to really be sincere in my endeavors in my bhakti, even though I'm really don't have any taste mechanically doing things, just but knowing that theoretically at least it will help me in some way, some shape or form. And it has actually. I think we should count our blessings and what Yugal Kishore Prabhuji is always saying, we have come so far. Nowhere in the world where we go, they'll talk about you're not the body, You know, you don't have to hanker for material things. Nothing like this is shared in anywhere else actually. So we have come so far, and by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, by mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our devotees association. So I'd like to end here. If there is any comment, please share. If you have any questions, we have here His Grace Shyam Kishore Prabhu sitting here. He can answer any and all. I'll be the wire media. I'll just try to, as I shared the other joke, Einstein and this driver. I'll be sitting here as a driver, and Einstein is in the audience. So please, if nothing, then again, thank you all very much for the opportunity to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo ananta koti vaishnavebhyo ki jai.
With grace of Kumar Prabhu ki
Jai. Gaur Premanande.
Thanks Prabhu for organizing 8 hours kirtan. 3 Hari Bol for Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.